Hey guys, we're going to warm you up and walk through the workout for the workout of the day for Tuesday, March 24th. We're going to start out with just a 5-minute cardio warm-up, so you can go out for a run, just set a timer, 2.5 minutes out, 2.5 minutes back. If you got a rower or bike in your garage or at home, you can warm up for 5 minutes on that. Then once we're through with that, you can do any kind of stretching you need to do, and we're going to jump right into as quickly as possible the 5-minute EMOM, every minute on the minute for 5 minutes. We're going to work through a 3-stop clean deadlift, a clean pull, a clean, that's full squat clean, a front squat, and a push jerk. So I'm going to break it down for you in each step. We're just doing each of those one time. The 3-stop clean deadlift, just don't get bogged down in the complexity of the name, but just follow the instructions that are in the name. So 3-stop means there's 3 stops on the way up to the deadlift. We start with our feet hip width apart. We start with our hands just outside our knees. We're going to imagine that the barbell is on the ground. If you don't have a barbell, you can also use a PVC pipe. But we're imagining that it's resting on bumpers on the ground, so it's about mid-shin. Our first stop in the 3 stops is going to be just 2 inches off the ground. So 2 inches up and right at the knee for a couple of seconds. Then we're going to move into the pockets. And then we're going to stand. So to review those, it goes like this. 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, stand. Then to the clean pull, which looks like this. Notice I didn't intentionally do a high pull because really when you're doing a clean, you never pull the bar that high. You pull the bar to about right here, and then you're going to pull yourself underneath the bar into a full squat. So the clean pull is designed to help to initiate that big drive of the hips and the shoulders. So we get the bar this far, and that's about it. So the clean pull. Then we're going to move to a full squat clean. Full squat clean, hips, feet beneath the hips, barbell stays close to the body. We're going to deadlift up to the knee, jump and shrug, drop into a full squat, stand up. Ideally, the front squat has the barbell resting on the shoulders. We're not holding it out in front, but we're doing our best to rest it on this shelf that we create by lifting our elbows as high as they'll go. Our feet are shoulder width apart, and we're going to try to keep our elbows high and our chest high as we send our hips and butt back and down. Hip crease passes below the knee. We stand back up, keeping our elbows high and our chest high. Our heels are on the ground. Notice I'm not trying to hold the bar with a full grip. I can loosen my grip because it's resting on my shoulders. The push jerk is going to start, hands outside the shoulders, feet go back to hip width apart. We're going to dip, drive the barbell up with our shoulders, our hips, every part of us, we're jumping in the air basically, and then we're going to land in a partial squat. So we're just dip, drive, and drop. I'm just catching in this position. I'm not catching and then dropping anymore. I'm just catching with my arms fully extended, and I stand up. Dip, drive, drop, stand. One more time. For the next part of the workout, we're doing a 15-minute AMRAP, so as many rounds and reps as possible in 15 minutes. We're starting off with a 100-meter run. If you don't know where 100 meters is in your neighborhood, you can look it up on mapmyrun.com. You can search it on Google Maps or something like that, or you can just estimate it. You know, it's about the distance that we would run from our gym to the fence and back is 100 meters. So estimate that at your house. It won't matter if you're a little bit off on your distance. Then we're going to do 10 single arm Russian kettlebell swings. They're the exact same as the normal Russian kettlebell swing, which the goal is to use a nice flat back and extend the kettlebell out in front, not all the way overhead, but just to eye level. The only difference that we're doing today is just using one arm. So get a weight that you can do. Try not to touch your body with your other off arm. We're going to keep our back nice and flat. Our heels are going to stay on the ground. And we're going to do all the work with our hips and butt. the kettlebell should become weightless as you do all the work with the extension of the hip and just using your arm to keep the kettlebell from flying out in front of you. You can use a kettlebell. If you don't have a kettlebell, you can use a dumbbell. I recommend holding it like you normally would a dumbbell, just not hitting yourself in the butt on the way back. Again, use all your hips and butt to do the work. Or, if you have nothing else, get a can of soup, a bottle of water, something that's heavy. You can grab a bag or something, like a sandbag if you have that. Just hold it. Same thing, right? Whatever you have lying around the house, a young child, just pick it up, sling it about, all right? That's the Russian one-arm kettlebell swing. After a 100-meter run and 10 one-arm, so use the same arm for all 10 Russian kettlebell swings, then we're going to go into 10 atomic sit-ups. Atomic sit-ups, you start from a standing position. You're just going to drop down, lean back, stand up. That's 1. 2. The goal is the bigger the kip that you have when you're laying down, the easier it's going to be to stand up. If you just lay down like this and then try to slowly get up, it makes it very difficult. Okay, so we want to utilize the kip. We're going to roll back, roll our feet forward, and stand up. After 10 atomic sit-ups, you're then going to move on to 10 one-arm Russian kettlebell swings with the other arm. Following that, you're going to do 20 mountain climbers. Mountain climbers, let's go over that. Mountain climbers start with a nice push-up position where your shoulders are stacked over your hands, and then we're going to move our knee up to our arms. Some common faults that we see with mountain climbers is trying to do a groiner instead. Remember, a groiner is where the foot goes outside the hand, and it's ideally a stretch. That's a groiner, not a mountain climber. So we don't really need to even land on our feet in a mountain climber. We're just trying to bring our knees up towards our chest. Okay, so 1 rep is 1, 2, 3, like so. Another common fault of the mountain climber is lifting the hips up in the process. So we don't want to bounce. All right, that's not a mountain climber. We want to try to stay a nice straight plank and just bring our knees to our elbows or to our chest. Keeping a nice tight plank as best as we possibly can. For the accessory work, we're going to be utilizing 3 movements: the scorpion, the dead bug, and the halo. So let's go over the scorpion first. We're laying down on the floor. It's a good thing we're doing this alone in our garage so we can all look stupid by ourselves. And what we're going to do is we're going to try our best to pick up one leg and move it towards our hand, trying to keep our hips from rotating as much as possible. Obviously mine are rotated. All right, and the same with the other side. Trying to keep your shoulders and your hips as flat as possible. Just do your best. You see I'm not very bendy. Then dead bugs. Flip over, and you basically look like a dead bug. So we're going to move our right hand and our left leg at the same time. Then we move our left hand and our right leg at the same time. And those are dead bugs. Lastly, we're going to do halos. I'm going to use the light kettlebell to demo this. We're going to hold the kettlebell upside down, and we're going to just rotate it around our head, keeping it as close to our head as possible, one direction. Keeping it as close to our head as possible. We're going to do 5 that direction. And later when we come back to it, we're going to do 5 the other direction. Keep the kettlebell as close to your head as possible. Good luck on today's WOD. Make sure to comment with what score you got. 3, 2, 1, go.